Good morning. I hope everyone's doing well. Hope you've been training hard this week. Now, I said at the end of last week's video, that was the VO2 training, that this week would be some eating and kind of my thoughts on eating to sustain training at this kind of intensity. Now, that's going to actually be next week, I think, kind of all things being well, because I actually did some racing at the weekend. We were racing just in Manchester Open, whatever the official title was called, I don't know. But it's kind of just a run out of just see where we're at, and it's a hard meet to kind of go into with expectation because I'd had 2.5 months off. We'd only been back for 4 weeks. One of those weeks was a testing week. The other week was those few days we spent in Spain, and so we've only had 2 really proper training weeks. So it was kind of going into it with that kind of knowledge and just see what can happen. And as we start looking at these races, I think we'll kind of see some patterns. So obviously the meet started on the Saturday, but what made this meet, I suppose, even harder is that on the Friday we'd gone pretty heavy in the gym, and then heavy resisted pull work. So sorry, I'm just getting distracted by a squirrel outside my window. So we got Friday night was a heavy resistance swim. So we had some half our reps were with socks and parachute, some with resistance cords, some with parachute. So it's heavy resistance. So we started then with this 50 freestyle, and now kind of warming up for this, my legs were kind of pretty heavy. See, the start doesn't look too bad there. The rates are right. I'm riding fairly high on top of the water, and one of the things we can see is that having not raced, that breath holding as I take a breath there is kind of not there anymore. So that's what that was, and we've got the race analysis every time now as well as we come into these finishes. So the rate significantly dropped on that second 25. So that's something now I can focus on improving. So then I had, I'm not sure, 800 meters worth of swim down. So what was that, probably 15 minutes, 20 minutes before the 100 fly. Obviously 100 fly is my main event. So that starts straight, bang on 15. So that tells me probably I ought to drop a kick so that when I get to the tapered meet in December, that I hit that bang on. So these breakouts as well, I don't know if you can tell, I'm breaking out very high. So I'm obviously generating a lot of power, but I just need to kind of redirect that forwards. And again, it's useful to know there's basically my whole face is out the water there on the breakouts. The stroke looks okay, looks long. Obviously, is getting tired, quite noticeably getting tired, getting a little bit stuck around the walls. Those hands to feet rotation is not as good as normal, but still 9 kicks and the breath hold on every going off every wall, which is definitely kind of beneficial. And the rate actually held pretty well the whole way. So next event then was the Saturday afternoon. This is a 100 freestyle. So I'm there in lane 3. Lane 4 is a lad called Jacob Wibley, who some people might know. He's a great swimmer, trained with us last year. He was probably in some of the videos. But he stopped in February, end of February. I think he just wasn't enjoying his swimming anymore. So he's been training on his own, and we'll be able to see from this video it's worked. As I come here into the 50, again, my freestyle is just something I'm not really comfortable with. It's not as automatic as my fly, and see, I'm a little bit low in the water there. And then my legs kind of fall apart off this last wall. I only managed 5 kicks. And then as we'll see on the analysis, the stroke rate dropped significantly through each 25 here, which is kind of understandable given the circumstances and given that kind of race prep. But it's something I can definitely be conscious of going forwards. And then that takes us into my last race was the Sunday morning. And we're here 50 fly. And the position off the block there looked pretty good. Again, 8 kicks, pretty much bang on 15. And again, this was 6 strokes, then first 25 bang on the wall. A little bit stuck around the wall again, same as the 100. And then I believe 10 kicks off the turn. Obviously no breath on this. and I hit that finish pretty well as well. So definitely bits of improvement. The breakouts in that were heavy as well. Were low, I should say, because I am heavy, feeling heavy. But yeah, that's it from kind of my racing. So overall takeaways are the things we've been working on, in that the VO2 and the speed is kind of not translating necessarily just yet, because we're carrying that fatigue. But I'm kind of getting into decent positions and swimming fairly quickly, considering that time off to time back in kind of ratio. It's quite hard to compare this year to previous years, because last year was long course, and the year before I had like a few weeks off in the summer. That was when I came off commies and I was flying and everything was going really well. So overall, I'm happy. I'm happy with this racing performance. My next major race will be in not major race, but the next meet is in the start of November, so in about a month's time. So it gives me 4 good weeks to kind of build on the things we've just seen then on those races, and kind of naturally perform faster, which is pretty exciting. So yeah, like I said earlier, eating video probably coming next week. If you like the look of the race analysis, go to my website. The sheets have all been redesigned by Maya Izzy. She's done a great job kind of making them look better, so a bit more visually appealing. So if you're interested in having your races analysed, go to my website. I'm going to start offering race analysis subscriptions as well. So if you're interested in that, keep an eye out and let me know. But yeah, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. Cheers.